Dating a Nigerian with no papers.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Princess Banigo and you're welcome to Banigo's TV. So you guys know that there's this conversation that is going on about Nigerians, our food, our language, our people, alrighty? But today we're having this conversation about a Nigerian man who married a Black American woman, and she has come out to spill about what it's like dating a Nigerian man, being married to a Nigerian, into their families and whatnot. I have those videos. I want us to watch those videos together. I want to analyze it together with you guys. So let's go watch, and I'll spill my thoughts along the way as we watch.
Nigerian TikTok is so funny. It had me on the floor rolling, especially when they have the stories about dating and dealing with Nigerian men. Some of it is definitely true. Some of it is a little It depends on the individual. I've been married to a Nigerian man for 21 years. And I think it's just a clash of cultures, right? I've heard that Nigerian men are very aggressive. I don't think they're aggressive. I just think, they're very straightforward in their communications. They don't tend to hold back. They tell you what they think, feel, like, and don't like. I think you need to be the same way. You need to be very upfront about what your expectations are. They don't tend to sugarcoat things. I know when me and my husband were first dating, if I would cook something and it was nasty, he would tell me it was nasty. He's not like the American guy that's gonna fake like it tastes good when it don't.
All right, so yeah, she's saying that Nigerian men are very straightforward, and people think that they are fierce, they are this and that, but that is not it. Now, the part where she said that a Nigerian man, when your food tastes nasty, best believe me, they are definitely going to come up front and tell you the way it is. Nigerian men don't know how to sugarcoat things, and that is what some of us Nigerian men don't like, because they don't know how to put their words in the proper way. As I said, some, not all, okay? Like, your girlfriend or your wife prepares a meal that is not very delicious. I mean, there are ways to tell her in a very, nice manner, babe, this meal you prepared, just go around it, you could have done better with this, with that. But Nigerian men, some of them, the majority of them, will tell you up front, girl, this food, you're not sweet, so what do you do? Be like it is in them. And I feel like maybe because Nigerian people are people who are very vocal about their thoughts, about their feelings, and that is why it is that way. So some people might just look at it as like like this man is coming off too strong or acting rude or something, but I don't think that is them being rude. We are just very vocal people, and when it comes to this, they are like that. But also, when you're dating a Nigerian man and you speak to him about this kind of thing, the very, very reasonable ones, I think then they can also mind their ways of how they talk to you concerning situations and things that you're dealing with. I mean, that is just my thought, but you can feel free to disagree in the comment section. Let's keep listening.
And dining and gonna take care of you. I think that's just most men, depending on the man, a lot of men like to wine and dine their girls or take them out or buy them things. I mean, I'm 50 years old, and even when I was in my 20s, if I'm dating you and we go out on the date, I'm never pulling out my wallet. So it's an expectation that I'm not paying anyway, so I know times are different, but that's just how it always been. So I would expect that from not just a Nigerian man, but any man. Do they take care of their families? Yes, but American men take care of their families too. So a lot of that stuff is very individualized.
All right, before we let her continue, let's say this, that Nigerian men, when they date outside their race, they tend to be very, very understanding sometimes. Yes. When a Nigerian man goes to start dating outside his race, he's dating an American woman from outside their race, they tend to be very understanding. And some of my Nigerian babes would agree with this, okay, 100%. They tend to be very, very understanding. And the Nigerian men that are coming outside these days, the ones that we have on the street these days, well, let's say they want to start doing 50-50. Yes, like they take you on dates, they might take you on dates for the first time. By the time you guys are doing your second and third date, you should be able to bring something if you are working. They're very, very traditional Nigerian men who will be like, no, I'm the man and I want to do everything. Don't worry, we're going out, I'm going to take care of everything. But these days, some of the Nigerian men, 50-50 is the way. But let's keep listening to her.
Families, yes, but American men take care of their families too. So a lot of that stuff is very individualized. I like to cook. I've always liked to cook, don't mind being in the kitchen. Food is essential to a Nigerian man. Not just any food. My husband will eat American food, but he gotta have his stew. He gotta have his agusi or his jollof, something spicy. So that's one thing, ladies. If you don't like to cook, child, you're gonna have to learn how to cook. And I mean, not just cook. You're gonna have to learn how to cook a couple of customized Nigerian dishes. Get good at one or two of them. Jollof rice, easy to start with that. Agusi, something fufu. But you should learn how to cook some Nigerian food, because I'm telling you, food is essential.
Okay, that's the truth. Food is very essential for a Nigerian man. Of course, if you are a good cook and you're married a Nigerian man, you see them hailing their wife. Like when their friends will come around to eat, you sure they want to bring their friends around more when they know they have a woman who can cook very, very well. Food is essential. But also, Nigerian men are realizing and understanding that, come on, bro, if I am doing 50-50 with you, I'm also supporting in the house. I can't be doing all the cooking now when I'm doing 50-50. You do understand? You have to get to the kitchen or order food from outside or something. But I agree with her, when it comes to food with Nigerian men, you can't separate them from their egusi soup, their ogbono, their jollof rice and stew and whatnot. Also, this woman went further to explain further things about Nigerian men. Okay, I want us to listen to her because she's a Black American woman and she's giving her insight because she has been married to this Nigerian man for 21 years and she's in her 50s. So she probably got married when she was in like at 20 something. So, and she has spent time with Nigerian men talking about the families and whatnot. Let's go listen to these videos and I'll be right back.
Dating a Nigerian with no papers. I'll keep it a buck. I met my husband online. We got married 3 months after dating. We both lived in the same city. He was parking cars for a living, so he was a valet. He did not have a career. I had a career, he did not. I had my own place. He was living with like 2 or 3 different people, so he was not really settled at the time. We've been married now 21 years. We have 2 children. But when I first met him, it was definitely different. I had a lot of people in my ear telling me, oh my God, he's using you for papers. He's lying. He probably has a family in Nigeria. Nigerians know how to lie. They're not this, they're not that. He probably hasn't been to school. Just all types of stuff. So I had a lot of people in my ear. But for me, it was new because I had never dated a foreigner before. So I had no idea about papers and what that meant. Like, papers, what are you talking about? Papers for what? So I had to quickly educate myself on what it meant to be with somebody that didn't have papers. So within that 3-month time span, we really got the opportunity to sit down, talk, date, and get to know each other. So I made an effort to kind of block out the noise and really get to know him outside of his documentation situation. I knew I wanted to get married. I knew the type of man I wanted to marry. I knew what I wanted to feel when I started dating and getting married to someone. And sitting down with him, I quickly realized he was a very nice person. He was kind-hearted. He was educated. Had a great educational background, came from a very good family, just an overall good person. And so I liked him as a person outside of his documentation situation. Even though I'm telling everybody all these positive things, there was still a lot of negativity around marrying someone that, or being with a foreigner that did not have papers, and especially a Nigerian with no papers. There was a stigma around that. And I had no clue, at the time. But, after being in the situation, I decided, and we decided, because of how I felt about him as a person, to go forward and get married, right? And like I said, I felt good about it. There was no hesitation. I didn't have any second thoughts. He was just a really good person, and I just had a great feeling about him. So we made that decision. And I thank God that it ended up working out. We've been married, we have a great life together, and it worked out well. So ladies, what I would say, if you're dating a Nigerian or any foreigner without papers, do your due diligence. If it does not feel right, it's probably not right. Come on in here, y'all. Let's talk a little bit about our Nigerian in-laws. Ladies, when you're dating or marrying a Nigerian man, you are dating and marrying his entire family. His mom, his dad, his sisters, his brothers. I'm referring to the immediate circle of family, but there's extended family as well, but we're talking about the immediate family. You're marrying and dating the entire family. There is a family dynamic. In my case, my in-law is a lot older. My father-in-law is very traditional. So he was a provider. He worked, he bought the homes, the cars, paid the school fees, bought the food, clothes, and all of that. My mother-in-law was a homemaker. She never worked. She took care of the kids. But the power dynamic in that family that can have leverage and affect your marriage and your relationship is the mom, your mother-in-law. Very, very important to have a good relationship with your mother-in-law. I know the dynamic of a Nigerian man marrying a Nigerian woman is different. There's a whole lot of different other cultural norms that come along with that versus him marrying an American. It's a little bit different. The expectations, I would say, are a little bit lowered because we don't understand the culture. We're not from the culture, but there are still some expectations, especially expectations around respect. So my advice, there's some unwritten rules that you should learn as far as respect when it comes to your potential in-laws. First off, when my in-laws come to my home, I don't put my hand out to shake their hand. I do a little curtsy or a little bending the knee or bow just to say welcome, to show them that respect. When my father-in-law comes and we pick him up from the airport and I'm sitting in the front seat, I automatically hop to the back seat and him and my husband sit in the front seat and they drive and go where they're going to go. There's a lot of little things that you could do as far as unwritten rules. Once again, I'll go back to the food. The fact that you're not from the culture and you're really trying to learn how to cook the food and learn how to get the flavors and the taste and asking questions, that also shows a sign of respect, that you respect the culture, you respect their son and trying to provide and take care of him. So that also will bring a level of building a good relationship with your in-laws. But I will tell you, I have seen some mother-in-laws give their daughter-in-laws hell. And it has not been pretty. Not all situations, but I have seen some Nigerian moms being very difficult to their daughter-in-laws. And it's just like difficult just to be difficult. So there are little things that you can do from your aspect based off of where you sit as an American and not really enthralled into the culture. You're just marrying someone in the culture, but it's very, very important to learn it. And one of the biggest things is that respect factor. Understanding what those small things that you can do to show that you not only respect the family, but you also respect the culture.
You guys heard her. What were your thoughts, especially when she was talking about family? If you are married to a Nigerian man, you are literally marrying everyone in the family. I sort of agree, but these days things are also changing. It's not the way it used to be, but it's very important that when you're married to a family that you are on a good side with the family. Every parent will advise their daughter, if you are married a Nigerian man and the family, the mother does not like you, run. Oh yes, they will definitely tell you that, run for your life. So definitely it's sort of true. I agree with her. I mean, Nigeria, we are very, very family orientated. Like, we love our family. We are big on family, family gatherings, doing things with your family and whatnot. But, what are your thoughts? If you don't agree with what she's saying and what I've said, and you have other things to add or to remove, please leave it in the comment section with me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.